about possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony?
That's what I said.
Oh my.
That's what I told Mike.
Do you understand what I'm f***ing saying? I don't want to hear an apology. You better get the f*** out of this town and not come back. Do you understand? We're not going to have some asshole banging on f***ing red people's windows.
But he also did call it in stolen the first time. Because this isn't the first time he's called a vehicle stolen on me and other people.
Okay, so why would you take the car?
These days, scammers are around every corner. Fortunately, only some are clever enough to get away with their scams. From audacious bank scammers to restaurant scammers. Get ready for what happens when dumb scammers get caught in the act.
Okay, are you staying local, like in a hotel in the local area, or?
Yeah, well, I already checked out the hotel.
Where were you staying?
And,
On the 9th of June, 2023, a local Best Buy in Illinois called the Downers Grove Police Department. The woman in question was attempting to buy a laptop using someone else's identification, and officers quickly responded to the scene.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Do you have an ID on you? They think you're using fraudulent identification to
No, I
purchase
don't.
stuff.
I don't have no idea on me.
Thank you.
Yeah, can we just move out of the way
Let's
so we can?
send over here.
Out here.
Is there somebody with the car on live?
Where'd you get this ID from?
That's not me in that ID.
Huh?
That's not me.
That's not you?
No,
Looks like you.
that's not me.
That looks like you.
That does not look like me.
Yeah, it looks like
Hey,
you.
we got a white SUV.
Alright. What was she trying
Heading
to
towards
purchase?
TJ Maxx. They're nothing in that
computer.
car.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm trying to move from the side.
Yeah, you could move over here.
Okay? You're not even the officer. Get away from me. I'm not talking to you.
What's she
Just
trying
get
to
away
get?
from me.
Computer, $1,300.
Mac?
Windows this time.
Windows?
Yeah. The two other guys that came with her.
I didn't come with that guy. Was asking me for my number actually, and I was trying to move.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
I'm not talking to you. So the
You said
cameras
two
were-
other guys.
What the cameras
There
were
was one
pulled
guy
up,
there
they
following me,
all
asking
came
for
from
my
the same
number.
The woman's attitude was obvious right away, and the constant bickering between her and the employee was already a cause for concern. Her scam was spotted from a mile away, and of course the woman denied everything.
While I was waiting for him, some guy came behind me. He was asking me for my social media and my number, and I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend. Like, leave me alone. And he thinks I was with the guy doing fraud.
Okay, all right. So you were just in here shopping, you're saying?
Yeah, I was looking at the laptops, and I had asked him for a laptop, but that was about it. I didn't purchase nothing. I don't have nothing.
Okay. Did you try to open a credit card?
No, I didn't.
You did not?
No, I asked for the information. He gave me all the information.
Okay. Did you like provide an ID at that point? Like, here's
No.
my credentials.
No.
You did not?
No, I was gonna try to purchase a laptop depending on the price of it.
Sure.
And he just said, okay, he got the laptop, went back there and never came back.
She was obviously lying, since she did in fact provide the store with identification, but the cop here did not let her backpedal that easily.
I don't know, because I'm here for vacation.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from New York,
okay.
originally, yeah. Can I answer, because I had left the Uber and I had like 2 addresses so he could take me back.
You were the Uber?
Yeah, but he left, so.
Okay. Yeah, just let him know it's going to be a minute.
All right, give me 1 second.
Okay. Just stay over here, though.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hello?
Pull 5.
No, ya te jodí. Deme llamar el Uber driver.
Can you run an AMDW, please?
Because the Uber was calling me before he left.
The woman then proceeded to tell the officer she had to communicate with her Uber, but more likely, she was calling her co-scammer. She banked on the fact that the cop wouldn't be able to understand Spanish, since the first thing she said roughly translates to, "I'm screwed."
What about these guys? You said there were some guys that came up.
They could check the camera. There was a guy, I'm standing on one of these aisles, and a guy came behind me asking me for my Instagram and cell phone number. It was a dark-skinned guy, and I told him, no, I don't have. He'd be like, so you don't have social media? I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend.
You said it was a dark-skinned guy?
Yeah, he had like braids.
Oh, like dreads?
Dreads or braids, I don't know, and a hat.
Did he have anything else, like tattoos?
No, I didn't notice.
What was he wearing?
I swear, I wasn't even trying to look at him because I didn't want no eye contact with him, but he was like literally right behind me.
Okay.
I was right where the TV is curved, that's where I was standing, and he came behind me asking me for my information.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
The woman was clearly becoming visibly nervous and lamely attempted to deflect blame by complaining about another guy in the store. It was still unclear whether or not she was working with the other two men, but she was not gonna snitch.
Okay. How'd you get here today?
In an Uber.
You Uber? Okay. Are you staying like in a hotel in the local area, or?
Yeah, well, I already checked out the hotel.
Where were you staying?
And,
where do you live?
Drive to New York, please.
it was the, I have to check
29
my
from 30,
email.
we found one.
Sorry, miss. Did you say no record in both?
Yeah, no record, New York and Illinois.
Okay.
No,
Are you out of New York?
if I'm out of New
Like,
York,
do you live in New York?
Yes, I
That's
do.
where your driver's license is out.
yeah,
Your government ID.
yes, from New York. My birthday, yes.
Okay, because we're not getting anything back on there, which means that you don't exist.
I never been arrested.
Her lies began to crumble when she couldn't provide a name for the hotel she'd just checked out of that morning. And the fact that her license didn't come back out of New York was the final nail in the coffin.
Where'd you say you were staying?
I just check out, so I'm not gonna lie, I come here and work like at the strip clubs and stuff
Okay.
like that. And
Yeah, no worries.
I do that like sometimes in different states or,
Okay.
you know, but
Were you staying in the city or were you staying on a suburb?
what, here?
Yeah, like were you staying in Chicago or were you staying in Chicago?
Like and then I just go, like every time I work at a club, I go to a next club the next day and stay at a near hotel from there or Airbnbs and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So do you come for like extended like a couple
No.
of weeks or just a couple of days? Or?
No, this is my first time here in Chicago for
Okay.
that.
All right.
I prayed and it has sound, like,
Sure.
seriously.
Yeah, I don't know if they have like audio.
Yeah.
I don't know how their cameras work here, to be honest.
But I hope if they do, so at least just so he could feel stupid, because I would understand, but we definitely didn't look like we was together.
Sure.
But maybe because he saw him with his phone in his hand trying to talk to me, maybe he, I don't know what was that.
She was trying her best to act innocent, but if the store did have cameras as she hoped, whatever footage there was wouldn't count in her favor. She also revealed she travels to work in strip clubs in different states, so who knows how many scams she's pulled off before.
I was just trying to make money to pay my freaking bills, and then I didn't even have like flight or anything to leave yet.
No shit.
So, just going through a hard time, and I have kids and bills and
How many kids?
so.
2.
Huh?
This is Jeanette.
Hey, Jeanette, what brought you in today?
So I just came out here, like I was telling you, I dance at strip clubs and then from city to city, and then I came in. I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to get a laptop, but I didn't even purchase anything. I didn't get anything.
Okay, well, did you give him anything up there?
The ID.
You gave him the ID?
Yeah.
And it's not you, clearly?
It's not me. It's someone that looks like me now.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we have to place you under arrest for possession of fraudulent ID, so if you could transfer your back. Okay.
And I left my bag in the Uber, so I don't know.
Okay. I'm sure one of our female nurses.
Can I text my mom and let her know?
Oh,
that I'm
we'll let you call at the police department, okay?
Someone hustling to pay their bills definitely wouldn't be spending more than $1,000 on a laptop. This woman's scam ended with her being arrested right in the middle of Best Buy. How embarrassing. She was ultimately charged with identity theft. On September 27, 2023, a restaurant owner in West Palm Beach turned to police due to a previous customer trying to pull a rockin' salad scam. However, she was quickly caught in her lies and received justice for her scamming ways.
After they ordered the entree, they called the manager over. One of the lady was holding a napkin on her tooth, said that she believes that she cracked her tooth chewing on a rock in her salad. Okay. She showed us the rock, a small black rock, although very uncommon to have a rock in a salad. That has never happened to us. They called us back on Monday. So on Monday it was my new general manager, Heather, that answered the phone. She spoke to her over the phone, and we got an invoice yesterday for, I forgot the right amount, but
Between $8,000 and $9,000.
between $8,000 and $9,000.
Okay.
As soon as I open it, I see the large amount, so I decided to call to email my insurance agent. As soon as I sent him the email with what happened, he called me and told me that he has been hearing about this scam all over Florida and multiple of his customers that he had to deal with.
The owner briefly explained the situation, but thankfully his insurance guy was aware of the scam already. When they contacted the dentist, who quoted the ridiculous $8,750 for a cracked tooth repair, the dentist confirmed that it was indeed a fake invoice.
And I'm here by myself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So what is it that you are looking for?
I just want, this work to be done for my treatment plan. I don't have no dental insurance. And the treatment plan is like $87.50. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. It's $8,700 of work that needs to be done due to this. And I've sent over my records, my dental notes.
Was that a quote, or did you already receive the work?
No, I did not receive the work. That was a quote from my dentist.
So I really want to remediate this. Would you be open to meeting, and I could either write you a check or give you some cash, maybe not the full amount right now, because it would have to come out of
what do you think is fair?
I mean, how much was it? It was $8,700 was the proposal?
It was 87, I think 75.
Would you be able to meet tomorrow?
In person tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any way that we can handle it through the phone? I mean,
well, I would prefer to do cash, just because you know how audits are and stuff. I really don't want questions coming up.
The cops needed to physically catch her, so the woman was asked to meet up to receive the cash. The fact that the woman didn't want to meet in person was quite suspicious, but she reluctantly agreed and walked right into the trap.
Hi.
Put this down for me.
Oh.
Stand up. Stand up.
Oh.
Stand up.
Oh my God.
Stand up.
What's
over here.
What's going on?
Yeah. Ma'am, you're just going to be detained. Is this your phone?
Because we can look for weapons or evidence of the crime. Okay.
You don't have a police outfit on. Why are you looking and holding my purse? Oh, okay. All right. Well, what is your name?
Okay.
I'm just worried about her because she was shaky in the car. I don't know.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
What's your name?
My name is Sheila.
Sheila.
Yes.
Okay,
How
Sheila.
can I help you?
All right. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And Kevin came on board. Is this your placard, ma'am?
Excuse me?
Are you handicapped?
Yeah, my friend is. My aunt's with her. It's inside. She has an injury in her leg. But this is not my car. This is a friend of mine.
A total of 3 women showed up for the meeting. The woman in black was the scammer's aunt, and the woman in white who was sitting across from her was the scammer. The scammer's friend was the one in the gray cardigan waiting in the car. Her friend and the aunt were both questioned by cops.
I just want to really know, how did you get here today? What do you know?
All I know was she's not. I call her my niece. I raised her. She's not. We're not kind of. We grew up.
Yeah, close family, friend, or whatever.
All she told me was she came here at 8 about a week ago, and she bit into something. She hurt her ear. She broke her tooth. That's what I know. And she went to the dentist, and she said she didn't need work. So she told me that when she went to the dentist, she had a treatment plan, she had to have work done.
The older woman corroborated her scam story, and it was more than likely that all of them were involved in the scam. The fact that the scammer had to bring along 2 people for backup indicates that she was quite nervous as well.
Okay, how long have you guys been friends?
For about a few years. We just know each other.
So like good friends, casual?
Not really good friends, but I know her for a few years.
Enough to come up here and see her today?
Yeah, of course. I mean, she told me that she had an injury here.
Okay.
That she had something was in her salad.
Okay.
She said she was meeting the manager. They was coming to some sort of deal. So I went with them, her and her aunt. And
but did they ask you like that they needed your help with something?
No,
or?
they just said, come along with us.
Tag along, hang out with us.
After.
Okay.
And then that was it. So I said, I'm going to stay in the car. I don't want to get involved with what's going on, whatever they're doing.
Okay, got it.
The woman outside provided no good explanation for why she tagged along, claiming that she, quote, didn't want to get involved. But that sounds pretty suspicious, because it sounds like she knew they were up to something sketchy. What do you think? Maybe she was just coming along to go on a shopping spree with the money they were expecting to get.
And she's like close family, right?
Yeah.
What is her name? What's her real name?
Who?
The one with the bunny tail. Because Annie, I know her as a name because that's the fake name she is. Okay? So the people that we love, we look out for them, right?
Yeah.
So the quickest way to resolution is honesty. Right? So her name is what again?
men.
Do you know Amy's last name, being that you personally know her?
This is what I know. Yeah, I know she told me she went to the dentist. She has to have work done. She has no insurance outside. She tells me everything. So then she said her friend or whoever went with her couldn't pick her up to come here was the person. I said, well, why would they offer you cash? You know, that doesn't sound right. Why would they offer you? I'm sure they have insurance or something, or maybe, you know, we could.
So you thought it sounded weird, right?
Yeah, kind of. It didn't sound right.
The scam completely fell apart when the woman gave away the scammer's real name. She suddenly claimed that she did think the whole situation and meeting up for the payment was a bit strange, yet she still went along with it. If she is truly involved in it, her priority at this point is to save herself.
I would be like, let me see, you know, or let me see pictures.
I didn't believe her. She went to the dentist and she had a, you know.
Right, but then.
Did she show you any
pictures?
On her mouth, a picture
Or pictures, you'd be like, look what happened at the store. Okay.
She told me it was just hurting her really bad.
And you didn't ask, like, oh my God, that's crazy, that happened? Like,
yeah, I did, but I didn't ask for photos or anything. I took her.
Wait, I'm saying I didn't know if she volunteered to send you pictures.
No,
like,
she didn't.
Okay, so there was no picture.
Yeah.
The female cop didn't seem to buy the old lady's story. The older woman revealed that the three of them were family, but she maintained that she had no knowledge of the scam. She believed the scammer was truly injured, and she just took her word for it.
She's been in and out of the
No,
hospital?
for doctors, going to her doctor appointments and stuff, because she's trying to get her.
Yeah, but if you're like family, I mean, you would know if she has a job or not, especially on a car ride to West Palm. You would talk about.
I don't mind going for a ride, it doesn't matter.
But I mean, you're in a car, you would talk, right?
Yeah.
Like, how's work? Did you find a job?
We always put the radio on and listen.
The officers also found it suspicious that the older woman couldn't answer any questions about the scammer, even though they were supposedly family. And her reason why they didn't really talk is because the radio was on in the car.
Yes, yeah, they did. You could do it. Okay, let's do that. I'll put it in.
Just got another check for these two.
No, we have a phone, so I don't know if you want. And she said
My phone, my granddaughter's by herself, and I just told her.
But I also was
16, but you know, I kind of.
But she was communicating with Anna,
Yeah.
with phone and text about coming here for the tooth injury. So,
But not on. I have another phone, my work phone, not on that phone. I have a work phone. I don't have that on me.
so you don't have a phone. Okay. I just wanted to check.
Yeah,
so.
I don't
Okay, cool.
So, can I get your number as well?
Sure.
Because what I'm going to offer to you is if you want to wait at the station to see what the outcome
Yeah,
is.
I have
Because I'm sure
The two younger women were both detained and taken to the police station, while the older lady was still making up excuses as she went. In the end, all of them would get the karma they deserved. All three of the women were charged with uttering a forgery and grand theft. Bank fraud is a rampant issue, and on the 1st of February 2023, the Sarasota Police Department received yet another call. A local bank caught wind of a woman trying to cash a fraudulent check, and this situation escalated dramatically.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Sheesh.
You got your ID on you?
It's right there. I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah. Where'd your friend go?
My cousin?
Yeah.
I'm assuming to the car. I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah. Where'd she go?
Hey. What's the issue?
Well, she just left without you. Where'd she go?
She went back to, I'm actually supposed to be leaving now because I had to go pick up my nephew, but what's going on?
Okay. Where'd she go to?
I just said to the car, sir, what is going on again?
She got in a car in the middle of the road.
I'm sorry, in the middle of the road?
Yeah, when she saw me, she ran out of here.
Okay. So they left me?
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Negative on a signal 4, they did not push.
I don't even have my phone on me.
Okay.
One of the scammers left the building at lightning speed right as the cop entered. However, the young woman inside was utterly shocked by the fact that her co-scammers fled the scene and left her behind to take the rap.
We get these similar situations all the time where it's kind of like what happens is they get these fraudulent checks. They put enough money in the account to try to cash the check against it.
and then they appear fraudulent. So we had one the other day that came in yesterday.
Was it the same group?
A different girl, but I imagine it's like the same, probably the same group. But
At your branch?
what was that?
At your branch?
Yeah, there was another girl here yesterday, and she went to Gulfgate. She left here, she went to Gulfgate, and they called the police. So now she's here. We got information from another branch that said that she was there. And what's been happening is they have a bunch of different checks. So I don't know about this one specifically, but it's usually like the same thing. So, I got my corporate security wanted to know when you were here, so let me take off him. He's got the information from another branch. They just said be on the lookout, because what they do is they hit all the branches.
Yeah.
And then they have different checks. So, and then we were trying to stall her, and that's when he came in, that kid, and he was like, oh, what's taking so long? And I was just trying to stall her. You know?
The bank manager explained to the officer the scam these people tried to pull, and thankfully, they took action to stall the woman trying to cash the check just until the officers arrived.
Let's say that for me. Turn around.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
What was happening?
Go in here.
The officer had enough evidence to arrest the woman, but she certainly had not been expecting this. She immediately started crying and acting confused, but things were about to escalate even further.
It's not mine.
What's not yours?
What's in my purse?
Fair enough.
What's funny?
Nothing, man.
I'm going to read you your Miranda warning, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her present with you before and during any questioning. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you at no cost to you before and during questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer my questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Having these rights in mind, you wish to talk to us.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us?
No. I would like to have, like, a family member or something with me.
How old are you?
18.
Okay, you're an adult.
I know.
The woman had a hard time accepting that she was now a legal adult and would have to face the consequences of her actions alone. She also mentioned something in her purse. Take a guess at what she was hiding.
How, like, what's gonna happen to me?
Well, you're going to go to jail, you're going to be booked, and
Like with girls, women?
yes, you're an adult.
Okay, what if they beat me up or something?
You'll be protected.
Protected.
Were your friends going to come back and get you, or were they going
I
somewhere else?
don't know what's happening. Where the I was left.
What's that? Oh, jeez. Well, do you want to explain to her what she's being charged with?
You're being charged with uttering a forged instrument. This check right here does not belong to you and was not written to you, correct?
Well,
Okay, well that's what you're being charged with.
now I'm gonna be charged with the gun because they put a gun in my purse.
They put a what? Oh, shit, they did. Yep, they did. Do you want to tell us about this?
I think I was.
You were set up.
The suspect seemed very concerned about being in jail with other grown adults, but it was a little too late to worry about that now. She finally revealed she had a gun in her purse, which was a massive bombshell, making this situation even worse.
This is crazy. I've never been to jail. I just got out of foster care. Oh my God. I was just out of work as a correctional officer. Could you Is there any chance that you could put my hair up?
Ma'am, I don't do hair. Just, we'll brush it away when we get to jail.
Is there anybody gonna be able to, am I gonna talk to anybody? How many bullets were in it?
It was loaded with one in the clip.
Isn't that like extra years every bullet?
I don't believe so.
The fact that the woman had just gotten out of foster care might explain why she fell in with the wrong crowd, and hopefully, this would be a wake-up call. Thankfully, she wouldn't be getting an extra year in jail for every bullet, and she obviously wasn't too clued in on how the law works.
Oh, uh-oh. This just gets worse and worse.
What happened?
Possession of a firearm with an altered serial number.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to look it up, but I think that's a charge too.
This is not fair to me.
What? It's an altered serial number. Possession of a firearm with an altered serial number is a charge also, right?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
What about possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony?
That's what I said.
Oh my.
That's what I told Mike.
So you've got CCW firearm.
So you're trying to add charges on?
You're gonna have like 5 felonies.
Why are you trying to make it worse?
You got uttering,
Oh
concealed firearm,
Please.
altered
This
serial
is
number. I
not
think
my
it's misdemeanor. I
fault.
don't know. I'll look it up.
Please.
The dramatic cries of the scammer only intensified when the officers noticed that her gun serial number was filed off. She was crying that the officer had made things worse for her, but she was the only one to blame.
I knew it was in my purse, but like, I wasn't using it. I was
No,
just.
you weren't, and I'm not accusing you of using it.
I know, but like, they had just put it in my purse for a second.
They. They.
What's our status? Are we?
We're ready to roll.
Are we talking now or?
Well, she does not want to have an attorney.
Okay.
She wants to tell us her side of it.
Even though her friends allegedly planted the gun in her purse, she knew about it, and there's never any good reason to enter a bank with a gun. She did change her mind about not wanting to talk to the officers, but she was still all over the place.
I became like homeless when I got out of foster care, and they took me in, and I just recently moved with them.
With your brother and Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so who came in here today that when I was coming in they were walking out? Who was that?
That was my friend.
What's her name?
They call her Dope Boy.
She was unwilling to provide any information about her co-scammers, but it seemed very likely she was being taken advantage of. She was also quite hesitant to reveal that her friend's alias was Dope Boy, maybe because that name already sounds pretty criminal.
No, they said that it was like a legit job.
A legit job?
A legit check, but it wasn't.
Obviously.
But obviously it wasn't legit. You did know that, right?
I didn't know it was like this. I didn't know it was broad.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Do you know Sharon Jones?
No.
Did you do any work for Sharon Jones?
No.
Did you sell Sharon Jones an item?
No.
So, how is it that she came to pay you $605?
I'm so
So you knew this was a bad check?
No, I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't know it was this like this.
The woman tried her best to claim that she had no idea the check was bad, but the chances of that being true were near zero. This group had probably pulled off many scams like this one before.
Like, is there a way when you go to jail that I could give you a name and you can find a number in the system?
Well, this is how this works. If you want me to reach out to somebody and you're willing to give me their name, maybe you should think a little harder about the 3 people who were in the car.
So I can't make a phone
Oh no,
call?
at the jail you can make all the phone calls you want.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm asking if I give them a name and they can look up a phone number.
I don't know. Maybe you can ask them. I know if you had a phone, they let you go through your own phone.
So, like, if I can't come up with anybody's number, I'm just gonna be sitting in jail with my buddy knowing.
Well, then you'll go to first appearance tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And you'll probably be given a bond.
Oh, bro, what does people do to me in jail? I don't know.
Listen,
jail is not.
Corrections officers are professionals.
Despite begging and crying, this young woman was going to have to see this through. She was taking the rap for these people, but only because she was unwilling to snitch. This young woman was charged with uttering forged bills, check drafts, or notes. She also received additional charges of carrying a concealed firearm without a permit and possession of an altered firearm. It was May 27, 2023, when a man was caught red-handed trying to commit bank fraud for more than $30,000. The Akron police were quickly dispatched to the local bank, and they immediately met up with a man who clung to his cover story for dear life.
Just wait a minute, because we had a call.
What's that?
Saying that you were trying to do some transactions and weren't using proper information.
How wasn't I using proper information?
Well, we're gonna figure this out. All right.
Here. I don't have nothing in my pockets.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to reach for anything.
Okay, it's fine.
All right. You don't have any weapons or anything
No,
on you.
I don't have no weapons.
All right. I'm just gonna pat you down, make sure. Okay. Can you put your hands on top of your head for me and interlace your fingers? Yep. Thank you. Spread your feet for me.
The suspect immediately acted suspicious and kept reaching into his pockets. And the fact that he was wearing a mask in this day and age was also a red flag.
Look, when an officer tells you not to reach for something, you don't reach in your pockets, okay?
Yeah. I'm
Pretty simple.
My bad. It's natural when you ask me for something to give you my idea.
When you are told not to reach for something,
Right.
you don't reach.
Okay, I'm sorry. My fault.
So, what's your name?
David Purpose.
Davey?
David W. Purpose. Durupas.
A.S.?
Yes.
What's your social?
You guys got me all fucking frustrated, man. Can I write it down? Yeah. I like to do it. Can I write it down?
Can you just tell me?
Yeah, it's easier for me to write it down.
So just tell me what it is.
Can I please write it? I dyslexia, and it's hard for me to put numbers in order. That's it. That's all I want to do is just so I can write it down, and it'll be much easier for me to.
Just tell me what it is.
I can't recall. Can I sit down? My back is hurting, please.
Yeah, sit down.
Thank you.
He claimed to have dyslexia and couldn't recite his social security number. However, his request to write it down instead gave his blatant lie away, since this would not be any easier for a dyslexic person.
In California?
Yes, sir.
That's weird because you just gave that address that's on your ID from Colorado. So you got caught. You lied. Okay? No, listen to me. Okay? Because everybody you gave these cashier checks to have been going to other branches to cash them. Okay?
Yeah, I gave them to?
Yes. So look, they spoke to this actual David. They spoke to him. He's in Colorado. He didn't authorize any of this.
Nobody spoke with me.
So you need to tell us who you are, okay?
Nobody spoke to me.
You need to tell us who you are, okay?
I'm
Because
telling you.
listen, it's kind of weird that you say you live in California, but you give your address that's on your Colorado.
Listen, I have several houses.
With the exact same address?
No, but I said California. It's Colorado.
So what's your address in California? Because I'm going to verify it. I'm going to call that police department. Tell me what city.
What city?
Yeah, what city?
It's Springfield, but
Springfield, California.
Yeah,
What's the address?
I don't.
So you just own houses that you don't know the address of?
It's an Airbnb actually, and it's.
So you rent an Airbnb?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the address?
I can look stuff up for you.
The man was caught in his web of lies, and the officer was incredibly quick to point out the holes in his story. Despite knowing he was already caught, he still tried to keep the show going.
Because you guys have me flustered, sir.
Have you flustered because you're stealing somebody's money?
You have me flustered.
Do you
sir.
think banks are dumb?
I would hope not, because my money's in there.
Or somebody else's money that you're taking?
I would hope they're not dumb.
How'd you get here today?
I got a ride, got dropped off.
So where are you staying in Akron?
I'm not staying in Akron.
Where are you staying? In Ohio. Why are you in Ohio?
Because I just came to Ohio to visit my sister.
Where's your sister live?
Over in Avon.
In Avon. So what are you doing in Akron? Why would you come to the U.S. Bank in Akron? There's U.S. banks all over the country.
There is U.S. banks all over.
So why'd you choose Akron?
Because this is where he was driving, and this is where I...
So you decided to come almost an hour to go to the bank.
The man was stumbling over his words, and he couldn't make up lies quick enough to keep up with the officer's spot-on interrogation. His excuses made no sense whatsoever, and it was unbelievable that he thought he'd be clever enough to fool these cops.
So who drove you here?
I don't know who...
So you randomly got in a car with a guy?
No, it's not a random guy either. It's...
What's his name?
John... I don't remember his last name.
Okay, so a random guy that you don't know, because I know all my friends' last names.
Especially when I get in a car with them.
Well, it's...
And you came an hour to go to the bank?
No, we came an hour to go shopping.
Where? Where are you going shopping?
All over the place. We went to a few different places.
Please tell me where you're shopping in Akron.
We went to this. It was like a little thrift store over down the way. But I wasn't driving, sir. I don't know.
Where are your bags?
What do you mean, where are my bags?
The shit that you bought.
And I left it in the car. They shut me off.
It was hilarious seeing the officer constantly call the scammer out on his constant lies. When do you think he's going to give up the act, if ever? Driving over an hour to go shopping at a small thrift store was a poor excuse, and he clearly drove this far so he wouldn't get caught.
Hang on a second, okay? We ask you for your address. You give us this address, but say it's in California, and this is a Colorado ID. Then you proceed to tell me you have multiple houses. So I tell you to tell me the address in California. Hold on, I'm not done yet. So I can look that up and have the police department in that town in California, which is Springfield. That's all you told me, because weird, Springfield's 250 feet down the road, Springfield, Ohio. And then you proceed to tell me it's an Airbnb. I tell you to pull your phone out to show me the Airbnb account so I can confirm that. Conveniently, your phone's dead. You pull a bunch of cashier checks the other day. Your cashier checks end up with people with California IDs being cashed at different U.S. banks. You know all these banks talk, correct? U.S. Bank talks to a male who, in Colorado with this same name that says, no, that is my bank account. No, I am not doing this.
The officer here was extremely sharp, and the suspect just couldn't argue with the cold hard facts. It also didn't help his case that the real owner of the bank account had already confirmed the fraud. Thanks to the great work of the officers, this serial scammer would finally pay for his crimes.
This is the part I don't understand. You were here yesterday. You pulled a bunch of cashier's checks, okay? What contracting company are you using? Because I'm going to call them.
If I had my number, I'd give you their phone number.
So you have no idea the name of the contracting company that you're giving thousands of dollars to?
His name is Roger Cooley.
So some random man.
No, he does. He travels all around the
I'm
country.
not showing anything out of Colorado.
So he travels all around the country and does different houses?
Go ahead.
Just residential houses.
And he's a 64-year-old male, 6 foot, 170, brown and brown.
Well, I can tell you, David, he's a 64-year-old male who's 6 foot, 170 pounds.
Do me a favor, stand up and put your hands behind your back. Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
You're not 6 foot.
Huh?
I'm 5'7".
What's that have to do with anything?
It means you're lying, as usual. Like I told you. So why don't you stop your thing and tell us your real name and ID?
So tell us who you really are.
Because we don't really care. We just want to do our job.
The officers had had enough of his lies and arguments, so it's time to put this perp in handcuffs. The female officer who pointed out that he wasn't 6 foot tall either was putting his ego in check as well. The way the cops were dealing with this investigation was a prime example of spot-on police work.
This dude's committing fraud all over the place.
Yeah.
What'd you think? We weren't going to figure it out?
No, you guys aren't dumb.
Exactly. So tell us who you are.
You have my real name.
What's your real name?
You have my real name. Too.
Tell us what your name is.
You have my name.
That is not your name.
You have my name.
Because you are not 64 years old.
And you're not 6 foot, 170 pounds.
What's my ID? Tell you I am.
All right, let's go.
Well, you never had a Colorado ID either.
You and I are gonna go sit down.
So he's got like pay all of these people pay like thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't know what kind of fraud he's doing. He's got bank account numbers all over the place, checking account numbers all over the place. Dude, he's doing a fraud. He's doing a good one too.
Unbelievably, the man was still refusing to provide his real name, and the alleged contractors he wrote checks for had already cleared out thousands of dollars from the owner of the bank account.
No looks on you, right? No. Okay. All right, I need you to listen to me, okay? First off, I want to know what your real name is. Stop with the "you have my ID." Just tell me what your name is.
You loosen the cuffs up a little bit.
I can in a minute. Yes, I will do that. I want you to tell me what your name is.
I told you, you have my name and everything.
I don't. I have nothing in my hands other than my calendar. Okay? I want you to tell me what your name is.
You didn't have my name in there.
I'm asking you. If you do not tell us, we can charge you with failure to disclose.
You're going to charge me with everything anyway, sir.
Well, we can at this point because you lied to us. I mean, you lied to us.
I've never had good experience with police to begin with. So
then why do you lie to us?
I usually, you know what? I never do.
So listen, hang on, nameless man. The only nameless man in the history of time. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
This hilarious officer was pointing out the ridiculous scam the man was trying to pull, but he still thought he could evade trouble if he didn't provide his name. Unfortunately for him, this nameless man is still going to jail.
What's your cut out of all this? How much do you get?
I don't get. I get.
You get.
That's what I get.
What's your choice?
I get.
Okay, so you steal all this money for how much do you get?
No, listen, it's a bad situation. I know.
Are you getting a lot of?
No, I don't.
Just enough to get you high?
They keep me like that.
Do they?
That's how they force me.
Okay.
To do it.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, look. We need to be able to verify who you are, or jail's gonna suck for you. Okay? If you have warrants, it is what it is. You're being charged today. Listen, hear me out for a second, okay, before you talk, okay? You're being charged today, okay? You're getting a couple fourth-degree felonies, okay? If you have warrants, we're beyond that. We're not worried about that, okay? If you have warrants out of Summit County that you're worried about, you're going to Summit County, so it's...
If I have warrants, they're from Texas or Pennsylvania.
The man admitted that he was running these scams for his payment, which did clear things up a bit. He finally came clean, and not a minute too soon. The man was charged with misrepresenting identity, identity fraud, and theft. In Illinois, the Morris Police Department received calls about a Romanian scammer on the 23rd of June, 2024. He was selling fake Apple products and fake gold jewelry, and it escalated to where this guy was banging on a car window with a woman and her 2 kids inside, prompting the immediate response of the officers.
Well, do you have ID on you?
Roberto.
No, are you good? You have insurance too?
He says so.
Okay.
That's all about.
You have a few calls on you, my man.
Apologize.
Okay. Okay. You have a physical license on you at all?
Physically. Apologize.
Did you pin someone in at the Jewel and start banging on her window?
No.
Yeah, you did.
Spanish.
Stop it. Yeah, you did.
No, no.
Why? Why are you banging on ladies' windows?
I'm looking for a job.
Get out of the car.
Apologize. Sorry.
Turn around.
Yes, sir.
You have any weapons on you?
The man was suspiciously apologetic right away, and he was unable to provide a physical ID, so things are already off to a bad start. These officers were not about to take any nonsense, though.
So you think it's appropriate to pin a woman in and bang on her window with 2 children in the car and scare the entire family? Get up. Stand up.
I'm not from here.
I know you're not from here. How many calls we got to get on you and you're banging on a woman's window with 2 kids in the car?
Apologize.
In what world is that appropriate?
I'm apologize because not from here. I'm
So it's appropriate to bang on a window with kids in the car?
Apologize.
Get up!
Sorry, apologies, sir.
Where's your ID?
Yes, it's not having physical
Can you
ID.
hold back up? Hold
Yes.
back up.
Apologies.
You don't have a physical ID on you?
Not having physical ID.
In a pathetic attempt to show remorse, the man tried to go down on his knees, but this only angered the officer more. He was taking a very intimidating stance towards this criminal, and it was well deserved.
Can we search your vehicle? Yes. How many freaking phone calls do you get on you for this? You're out here all last night doing the same. Where's all this stuff from?
Apologies, sir.
Where's all this from?
It's traveling, not from here. So sorry.
You don't have to be from here to understand that what you're doing is a bunch of shit. Sit down. Stop apologizing. You ain't gonna do this shit in our town.
I'm sorry.
Once we get done here and we release you, if we don't have anything to arrest you, you better get the out of this town and not come back. You understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to hear an apology. You better get the out of this town and not come back. Do you understand? We're not gonna have some asshole banging on people's windows, scaring a woman with kids in the goddamn back. What the is wrong with you?
The suspect permitted them to search his car, and he was still getting a speech from the officer after being placed in handcuffs. The officer made it crystal clear that scammers like this guy weren't tolerated in their town. So what do you think? Will the man heed the officer's warning?
It's in Spanish. Can you just look it up online in Spanish? Do we need to call in a translator?
That motherfucker ain't Spanish.
Yep.
Looking. So I probably have a Spanish translation. By law, we don't have to give it to him in Spanish, but I probably have a Spanish translation. If you open up the back of my car and there's a black binder, if you look through there for Miranda warning, there's probably a Spanish one in there.
Okay.
Miley's playing games.
Despite obviously not being Spanish, the man requested that his rights be read in Spanish. As the officers searched his vehicle, they found multiple IDs inside, and the evidence against him was piling up.
What's your name?
Yes. Verde Sanione.
Say it again.
Verde Sanione.
Well, that's not the name that's on here.
Picard is the brother. The brother, my brother, Picard.
What is your name?
Verde Sanione.
Who the is this?
It's the brother, Picard.
Who is this?
His brother.
Brother?
Yes, Sam.
Well, why would you identify yourself as your brother?
Because Picard is the brother, not mine.
So you... I'm gonna start getting my identification.
Right. Who's this?
It's three brother. 1, 2, 3 brother.
Why you have IDs?
So?
Why you have their IDs?
This is you?
Sim. No? Yes, cameras.
Is this is you?
CV.
That's you. D. Victor, D. Edward, Robert, D. David, D. Edward, and Sam,
So
D.
you,
Adam, and Nora.
bare minimum right now, you can get arrested for obstructing identification.
It was no surprise that the man had no good excuses for the multiple IDs in his car, and the man claimed they belonged to his brothers. The whole operation reeked of high-level scamming, and this was confirmed shortly after.
So,
Oh, these are
yeah.
something different. Love still? Because you got love last night too, right?
It seems serial. Yes. So you probably reprinted the serial number on the box.
Yeah, these are all the same serial number. There was one that was different. That one. That's why I had them on stack.
Usually they go from either logs or they should all have a different serial number. Yeah?
Exactly. That's what makes them a serial.
Huh.
So they're counterfeit.
Inside the vehicle, a huge stash of counterfeit Apple products was discovered, all of them with the same serial number. This illicit stash was clear evidence that he was shamelessly scamming people.
Want to follow me in my squad? I'm going to just take this and put this in the TA lot. We'll call for the tow over there just to get us out of here. Here's the rest of his little cash in here. These, so this is his real ID. This is whatever he was claiming, another brother or whatever. And then I just want to keep this expired insurance paid. Yeah.
With all said and done, the officers gathered the pile of counterfeit goods and took this man straight to jail, wrapping up a very intense scammer arrest. The man's facing charges for obstructing identification and counterfeit products. His case is still pending. Scammers target just about everyone, but on March 13th, 2024, 2 caregivers got caught stealing and taking advantage of their elderly client. A Las Cruces bank flagged them for their fraudulent checks, and that's when the cops got involved.
We already voiced we didn't have no weapons.
I didn't have it down. Look at your left. Are you okay with that? Did I touch you at all? Just make it up your waist by night.
No, but I showed him when I was sitting down that I had nothing. It's okay, babe. I'm recording. I'm recording. It's recording.
Anybody made contact with anybody inside?
I have it, sir.
Hi.
These 2 women tried to use the drive-thru to cash their checks, and they were not too happy when the cops arrived. Arrogantly, they also recorded the situation, as if that was going to help.
Casey Riedemann is her father, and she's on the account too. They came to try to cash this check. The signature didn't match. I couldn't get a hold of him, so then I called her.
Yes, ma'am.
And so she was able to get in touch with her father, who said that he did not write the check. She is a caregiver for him?
She's a caregiver for him, and he said that she took off of the checks and the cars, and he was trying to get the car back. So the car is actually my dad's as well.
Okay. He never reported it.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay. So the caregiver took the car and
the checks.
And the checks.
And he never gave him permission.
Okay, is your dad here local in town?
He's in TRC.
Okay.
The daughter of the old man arrived at the bank since her father was unable to make the trip. To make matters worse, the car these so-called caregivers were driving also belonged to the old man.
The daughter is inside with the forged check, which is what started all of this. They couldn't get a hold of the account holder, which is the owner of the truck. So they called the daughter because the daughter is on the account also. The daughter got a hold of the dad, and the dad said no. The caretaker took his truck and his checkbook. Okay. So, and he lives in TRC.
That's what she said. She stays there. Did you want to? I'll call him.
All right, let me go get back with the daughter and see if he wants to press charges and go forward with. Okay.
The officers quickly conferred about the details and then decided on what to do next. The officer needed confirmation that the victim wanted to press charges, but almost anyone in this situation certainly would.
Are all these previous checks that they've written, or these are legitimate?
These are other checks that were written on his account that don't look like they're his signature, so there might have been some fraud. How old is your dad?
Mid-80s?
42, so he's 82.
And the reason I need to hear it from him is in order for us to detain them and arrest them, we need to hear it from the actual victim.
The race was now on to get in touch with the old man. It seemed like he couldn't rely on his caretaker at all, and his own daughter didn't even know his age.
Angel, you want to go up on real quick?
Go where?
Right here, Angel. You can go and stick your phone in your pocket.
Why?
You're just gonna be detained for now, Angel. You can put it in your pocket.
Can I ask why?
Whatever's going on in that bank, reference whatever transactions, that's what we're waiting for right now. Okay? I'm not, like I said, I'm not too sure right now, Angel. I've been out here with you guys all the time. I'm not too sure.
Really necessary?
It's just part of what we have to do right now, okay?
The woman's girlfriend was being arrested since she was the one who cashed the check, while the other woman was just detained until the officers had a clear grip on the situation and the detective arrived.
We work for him, so he's a real good family friend of my mom's. So we worked it out. My mom and my dad went down there because we were looking for a vehicle because we crashed our Pontiac. So he talked to my mom. They worked it out because the car's under his name, under his insurance and all of that.
Okay.
So we worked it out to where we get paid weekly. It's $15 an hour. Okay. So
What do you do for Ken?
whatever he needs. If he needs us to, well, he's more mobile now because I used to work for him back.
How old is Ken?
I have no idea.
Is that where the house that you got the checks for?
I didn't get the check. He wrote it and he gave it to me.
You wrote it and gave it to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he had my girlfriend write it, but he signed it because he can't really write.
It's despicable to take advantage of the elderly, but the woman maintained that everything was above board. She had her girlfriend write the checks that Ken allegedly signed, and she also admitted to having an expired ID. All these small details were adding up to be a big problem.
But he also did call it in stolen the first time because this isn't the first time he's called the vehicle is stolen on me and other people.
Okay, so why would you take the car?
What do you mean? He let us.
Yeah, he let you, but knowing that, hey, this guy...
I didn't know until the police officer told me he got pulled over. And he said, oh, fair warning, he does that a lot. I was like he gets mad and he does that.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, just, you know.
Okay, that's what I mean. That was the first time.
Yeah, I mean...
Why would you take it again, knowing that you would probably do it again?
He never said nothing. If he would have said to leave it, I would have said, okay, let me call my mom, let me clear my stuff out. I had no problem leaving the vehicle. He never voiced it to me that he wanted it there.
The ironic thing here was that Ken had already reported the vehicle stolen in the past when she used it, so her excuse for using it this time was clearly a lie as well. And of course, this woman tried to pin all the blame on Ken.
Okay, and he did say that they didn't have permission. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, is that...
Oh, did he tell me that?
Yes. Okay, you didn't have permission to drive it or anything like that.
Right.
Or to take the vehicle. Correct.
He said they ran off with his vehicle. That's what he said.
What happened? Where did you guys get these checks from?
We worked for him. We've been working for him for almost a month now.
Okay, both of you?
Yes.
Okay.
I cook for him and I help out with like the little things that she doesn't do, like because she physically takes care of him and I help him with everything else.
Okay. How did you get this job?
We worked with him before. One of his old caregivers was looking for extra help. She posted it on Facebook.
Hilariously enough, the two scammers' stories of how they started working for the old man didn't line up either, so all the proof was stacked up against them.
When I was talking to the dad on the phone, he said that he called the police last night in TRC and that he reported that car stolen. But he couldn't tell me if they gave him a police report number or he filled out a stolen vehicle affidavit. Okay. So I don't know if they, you know, or
yeah, I can make contact with somebody over there. Yeah, I'll see you. Okay. If it's in fact that's the case. If it is, it just straight this is the case. You know. Okay. So yeah. So let me cut her loose.
Is she allowed to get whatever stuff she can come out of there?
Yeah, I don't see the problem taking her stuff out. Okay. So okay, go ahead and step out. Okay, this is what's gonna happen, Angel. Okay, you're being cut loose. Okay. You're gonna take your dog with you. Okay. What other property do you have inside that?
We have everything in there.
Like what do you have?
We have the whole back covered.
Yeah, like with what? Because
clothes.
You can't carry it with you right now, okay? And I can't release it right now. You know. Okay?
Would you be able to follow me?
No, you're not taking the vehicle.
Or would I be able to have my mom come and pick up the stuff?
Take it out. I don't know if the bank is going to want you to put all your stuff out here, you know.
The old man, in fact, had called his vehicle in as stolen the previous night, but on this day, only one of the women would be arrested. The other woman now had to make a plan with all their belongings, which were stacked on the car nearly up to the roof.
She said she'll get here in an hour.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put get you some trash bags. Okay. Put all your stuff in the trash bag. Okay, you can't stay on the property. Okay, so you can go down here to the street and then you can go over there with your property. Okay, and your dog.
Okay, hold on. And what about my girlfriend? How do I go about getting that?
She's going to be at the detention center. Okay, you can make contact with the detention center to see what's her court hearing about a bail, you know, to get the bond and everything It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a couple hours.
The officers quickly made a plan for the car to be returned, and the woman now had to wait for her mother to pick her up on the side of the road with all of her belongings in trash bags. The woman's girlfriend was taken into custody and charged with unlawful possession of a motor vehicle, forgery, and fraud. These ruthless scammers have no conscience. But if you enjoyed this countdown, be sure to check out our other videos on our channel and leave a like.